Hello, I'm MC Toon, and it's Tuesday night. That means we've got a debate, and tonight is no exception. I've got for you, for our viewing pleasure, for our entertainment, for our learning opportunities, I have with me Kevin, spelled with a Q. Is that right? Is that the right way to say
No,
it?
it's not right. Kevin is my real name. Q-Ballah is my nickname.
Q-Ballah. Okay, there you go. Q-Ballah.
Q for Quebec, not related to QAnon.
All right, Quebec. Well, welcome, Q-Ballah.
Thank you very much,
What
MC2.
what's the hat thing you have? That's a
Well, first of all, I want to say every time I debate or I record a video, I always forget some points that I want to address. And when I listen to my video, I forgot this, I forgot that. So now I took some note this week, but
right.
I'm up to 31 points plus my intro plus other things that I wrote in between lines. So I'm sure I'm not gonna have time to cover it all tonight.
I'm guessing you
Let's
won't.
see. What?
I'm guessing you won't.
No, I
But
won't. I won't.
I've I've got my tab ready though.
Yeah. What's with the tap? I saw you.
NASA sends it to protect my IQ from damage.
No, but I know there's a running gag going with the tap, and I didn't get it. What was it?
You watched the debate I had with Red Pill Philosophy, right?
Yeah.
Well, Red Pill Philosophy had done a video where he talked about all of his high IQ research and all of the open tabs that he had, which proved his high IQ research. So when I debated him, I opened a bunch of tabs.
Okay.
And I had on the shelf behind me a whole pile of tabs by the time I was done.
Okay.
And what color tabs?
Red.
Red. Like Red Pill. You see that Red Pill? You get it? I don't know. Anyway.
Okay, I thought it was some kind of commercial because when I was doing debate with Craig, he always was, taking some break to promote the product or whatever.
Craig was promoting a product?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I don't know what...
So
okay.
Do you want me to start now?
Well, yeah, one thing at a time though, so that we can discuss it, right? So I don't think we'll get through 31, but let's have a shot.
It gives me some material for my channel. My channel is Q-Ballah, by the way, if you want to watch my video, audience.
All right.
Q.
I can just Q-Ballah with an H at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Is that a reference to bald people that don't have hair?
No, not really. It's one of my friends from the hockey group. He nicknamed me Q-Ballah back in 2015. He wanted a nickname that started with a Q, and I play pool, so a Q-Ball. It's cool.
Okay. Oh, I asked you what's on your hat? Looks like a JB.
Oh, it's the Expos sign. It's the baseball team from Montreal, but they moved to Washington in 2004.
Okay.
Yeah. So they don't exist anymore. I got this, and this is exposed to Montreal.
So your favorite team is a team that doesn't exist?
Well, yeah, I don't follow baseball anymore since they left. Yeah.
Oh, me neither. Since
hockey.
The Twins left Minneapolis area, I haven't followed them.
The Twins left the Minneapolis area? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. You see, you're telling me that the Twins just left Minneapolis?
Well, you just told me that, no?
No, I didn't tell you that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I misunderstood. All right.
So, well, let's go. Let's rock.
Yeah.
Let's knock a home run through the goalposts.
Yeah. So, do you want me to start?
Sure.
Okay. Let's go with my intro that I wanted to start with. Yeah.
All right.
First of all, I want to start with a quote. Oh, my cat wants to be on video.
Oh, you got a tabby. Nice.
Okay, I want to start with a quote that I forgot when I recorded my video about ignorance. It's a video that I was pointing out that the Globers, when we show them evidence, we show them a video. So sometime at some point, I posted a video. It's an amazing video. It's called "Flatten the Curve," with all kinds of pilots and navigator, submarine navigator, and helicopter pilots. The helicopter pilots had 3 physics degrees, and they all point out the absurdity of the globe. And when I posted it, I said, "This is the final nail in the coffin for the globe." And the Globers literally refused to look at it. And some of them were looking at it. Like, no, my cat wants to come on the computer. Yeah, some of them were looking at it, but they felt the need to come back in the thread to say, "I'm 5 minutes in. I'm not convinced." Okay, 5 minutes in. You're not even past the intro yet. So I made a video about ignorance, the ignorance of the Globers. They choose to stay ignorant. Like, I understand, like, people that are not into the flat earth Glober debate, they're not interested in that, okay? But the Globers that are in the Facebook groups, they are interested in that. Some of them are there. I'm there since 2016 in those groups, and I see the same name, and they're in those groups 24/7. They're probably paid shill. I don't know. Maybe I'm paranoid, but they are there 24/7. That is a fact. I'm not paranoid. So they're interested in the topic. Yeah. Okay. Right. So the quote that I forgot is, "You are less ignorant if you admit that you ignore something than if you pretend to know something that you have no clue about." That you can make a meme with that and make my face and quote by Kevin John, okay? Okay. That's a quote by Kevin John. So I want to start with 3 questions I'm going to ask you, okay? And I want a simple yes or no. I don't want a politician answer and elaborate and try to, deflect. A simple yes or no. Okay.
Well, if it's a loaded question, you won't get a simple yes or no. Okay.
It's 3 simple questions.
Well, if it's a simple question, then it's hopefully not loaded. But if it's a loaded question, then I'll reserve the right to critique the question. How about that?
I just want a yes or no.
I don't care.
Do you believe that the heliocentric model was ever scientifically proven?
Nothing is proven yes or no. In science.
What? Yes or no?
That's a loaded question. Nothing is proven in science. Science does not seek to prove. It seeks to find evidence for or against things.
I'll take that as a no. Do you believe that the spherical rotating Earth was ever scientifically proven?
Oh, again, another loaded question.
Yes or no?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, it is a question, yes or no.
Would you like to give... I could give you an example of a loaded question.
No. I want a yes or no.
I don't care.
Okay.
Science does not seek to prove is the answer to that question.
I'll take that as a no. Okay, third and last question. Do you believe that gravity was ever proven scientifically?
Once again, a loaded question. Science does not seek to prove.
Exactly. So now we got, okay. I could go on and ask you a lot of things, but you tell me that science doesn't prove things, right?
That is correct. Science does not seek to prove.
That is correct. Okay. We're on common ground now. So now picture yourself, okay? I love rap, okay? And there's a song by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five from 1983. And there's a part of the lyrics that it's very powerful, okay? Back then, I wasn't speaking English, but once I understood what he was saying, okay, he says, a child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. Okay, so I want you to picture you as this child that was born with no state of mind, absolutely blind to the ways of mankind. You live on an island alone. You don't even speak. You didn't learn any language. You have no one to speak to. Okay, but you think you are an intelligent human being. You think. Would you have come to the conclusion by yourself, by looking at your environment? Of course, you see water, you see the stars at night, you see the sun in the daytime, and also the moon in the daytime, and the moon in the nighttime. Would you have come to the conclusion that, oh, I live on the third rock from the sun, and this is Mars, the fourth rock, and it's all rotating, and the moon, we always see the same phase because it's rotate exactly the timing. You know what I mean, the heliocentric model. Would you have figured it out by yourself if you weren't told the heliocentric model? That you can elaborate.
Answer would be yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
You're not being honest.
Yes, please. Now, I would not necessarily have figured out where.
Of course not.
Hold on, I'll answer. Yeah, I gave you a long time to ask the question, so I would definitely figure out things like the Earth could not be flat because the sun sets, the moon sets. I would definitely figure out that something was rotating because of the pattern of the stars in the sky. Similarly, I could have used the same logic and geometry knowledge that Euclid did when he wrote Phenomena to determine that the shape of the Earth was a sphere and that something was rotated. So whether or not I figured out the Earth was the third from the sun or not, probably not just all alone by myself on an island. Yeah.
Because
but if I had watched the show, The Third Rock from the Sun, maybe that would have helped too. Can I bring a TV along with
or
and
the
watch
Big Bang
that show?
Theory?
Yeah. Well, no, I was really thinking about Mr. French because he's pretty funny.
Okay, I don't know any of these shows. I don't watch series.
Have you not?
In French.
What language do you speak?
I had English and French, but
French.
Yeah, I see.
And what's the name of the goofy guy that stars in Third Rock from the Sun?
I don't know. I never watched a second of it.
Mr. French is his name.
Okay, I know Mr. French was a gangster in the.
No, I'm pretty sure he's not a gangster.
Yeah. In the movie with Jack Nicholson, there
he's very much non-gangster.
In The Departed, Mr. French. He was Jack Nicholson's hitman.
Yeah, all right. So his name is French Stewart. You should know. His name is French. You speak French.
Okay, I should know. I don't watch series.
All right. Okay. Well, he starred on Third Rock. Okay. I have a question for you. What's the answer to life, the universe, and everything?
What's the answer to life?
Life, the universe, and everything.
Yeah, why we are here?
Yeah, what's the answer to that?
What's the answer? What I come back to my quote.
No, but there's an answer. What is the answer? Oh, the
I
chat.
don't know the
chat.
I don't know the answer.
The answer is 42. The chat knows it.
It's
just they're just going 42 all over the place.
Yeah, 42.
There you go.
And you know what? The best part is I saw that movie, but it's been so long time ago, I didn't remember.
Yeah, it's okay if you don't remember the movie. The book series is the best, is what you really should. It's a trilogy. And do you know how many books are in the trilogy?
I don't know.
5.
Three.
5.
5 in the trilogy. There's 5.
Yep, I have 4 of them right here.
Oh, you're not kidding?
I have 4 of them, and then the 5th one is upstairs. The first one actually is upstairs, next to my bed.
If it's a trilogy,
there's the second one is So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. We've got The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, Life, the Universe, and Everything, which is the question. The thing was all right. And then this is the first one, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Which one do I have upstairs? I have a different one upstairs. So whichever one I'm missing, which which is the one I'm missing out of that? I don't know. Anyway, that's the one that's upstairs. Okay. All right. So, all right. You were going to do some evidence or something?
Well, you know what? Recently, I made
Mostly
a
harmless. There it is.
Why?
The book I'm missing is Mostly Harmless. That's the name of it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Recently I made a real life experiment with a friend that I know in real life. He lives not far, so even though he blocks me, I can just go knock at his door. And I was bombarding him with vocal message and videos, which he was not watching. Of course, he's a Glober. Okay. And he went to the university, so he thinks he's top shit and he knows everything. Okay, when I first started living here, I told him about the flat earth, and he said, literally, yeah, I had a friend that was into flat earth, and he was a plumber. He didn't go to school much. That's why he believes in flat earth.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Okay, so recently, I bombarded him with messages trying to convert him, and it was like an experiment. And I figured that it is impossible.
Wait,
even then,
is this coming to the experiment part or the evidence part? Because it's kind of a roundabout way of getting there, it sounds like.
Well, yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
It's I'm done trying to wake up people, because when someone is not ready to wake up, he's not gonna wake up. Okay, and I come back to when I post some videos and they don't even watch it. Okay, like I could explain, even when I record my video on my channel, the Globers don't watch it. Okay,
are you? You're just this roundabout stuff. I mean, it's just kind of jump ahead. Like, can we press fast forward?
It's all about the ignorance, and they choose to stay ignorant.
Well,
like they think
choosing.
that. What?
Somebody's choosing.
Yeah. Yep. Because I know the heliocentric model. We all learn it at school. But do you know the flat earth? Have you seen flat on the curve, for example?
Is there a flat earth model? Do you have a map?
Give me the resources to map the world, and I'll do it for free, just by curiosity.
Well,
give me the resources.
See, the problem is, since flat earth in existence longer than globe earthers, you've had longer than we have. Don't you know that?
Well,
haven't you heard all ancient civilizations?
But you know that the
what did they used to think? All ancient civilizations. Finish that sentence.
Well, that's what we were told. They thought the flat earth, but
there we go. So you've had longer than we have, yet we have a map that's so useful that we can actually do long distance navigations all over the globe with it every day, thousands and thousands of flights, and there's ships all over the ocean that are traveling on great circle routes, all of them, and they get where they're going. They can accurately predict the amount of fuel that they need to load up in their plane or their ship in order to get to the destination. It's quite amazing, the success of the globe.
Have you seen Flat on the Curve?
I have. I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay, with all those pilots that they say the globe is absolutely impossible. Absolutely.
Well, there's a name. What that's called an appeal to authority.
It's not an appeal to authority.
It is because the pilots didn't do anything other than say the same quotes that other flat earthers have said. The pilot did not show how he charted routes on flat Earth. He said nothing about that. So his authority would be showing. You want to get
into that movie?
His specific area of expertise should be, here's how I chart routes using flat Earth. But there's no way that anybody has ever charted routes using flat Earth. So all it is in the end is an appeal to authority, because it's just a pilot saying the same claims that all the other flat earthers say.
Pilots and navigators and airline controllers.
There were no navigators in that movie.
Yeah. submarine and big. Hey man, you didn't see the movie.
There were no navigators in it.
Do you want me to rage quit because you're lying there?
I don't mind if you rage quit, but there were no navigators in that movie.
So you're telling me right there with the straight face that in Flatten the Curve, there's no navigator.
Correct. No navigator.
There's a lot. What
was the name of the navigator?
Well, I don't remember now on the top of my head, but go see Flatten the Curve.
I've seen it. There is no navigator.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
So
there's
Joshua.
There's two.
Joshua, the pilot.
He's the pilot.
Yeah, Joshua he's just a pilot. He's not a navigator.
No, but you saw Until Joshua because he's the first pilot in the movie. It's a 1 hour and 30 minutes movie.
Yeah.
You didn't see it, man. You didn't see it.
I just told you the guy's name. Joshua.
Yeah, the first
Silver?
one.
Silver. Hold on.
The first one.
Hold on. I'll get his name.
Joshua Silva.
That's right. I even had to help you. I said Silver.
Yeah.
It's Silva.
Yeah.
There it is.
I admit
and
that
the guy,
I don't remember.
The guy that's labeled as the aeronautical engineer is actually just a mechanic. I looked him up.
Yeah, if he's a mechanic, he's a pilot, but because there's no mechanic.
He's not a pilot. He's just a mechanic.
Okay, hey, McToon, you're telling me that there's no navigator in the movie.
Okay.
There's tons of them.
What was the name of the navigators in the movie?
Go look it up. There's two submarine driver. There's two submarine driver.
Okay.
Okay. There are a radar operator.
A radar operator is not a navigator.
What they are.
No,
I didn't say they are navigator, but
they don't chart routes.
No, I didn't say the radar operator.
Okay, we're talking about the navigators. So who was the navigator?
Look it up.
It's you. You're the one saying that there's a navigator, not me.
There's a Merchant Marine. Okay, in the movie, what he says.
He wasn't a navigator either.
Hey, look.
He was just a grunt on a ship. Because he wasn't a navigator.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Okay,
the story about this Merchant Marine, because he became a flat earther. Yeah, he became a flat earther in 2016, which is the same year than me. But he thought back at his life experience, and he remembered that time that he got on radar something. I think it was a boat at 30 miles away. Okay. Which is impossible on a curved Earth.
Are you sure? Well, how high was the radar off the surface of the water?
No, listen. And
how high? And how high was the ship that they were seeing?
I thought you saw the movie.
No. He didn't. Did he cover those things?
Gotcha. You didn't see the movie.
I didn't see that part. No, I did not.
Okay, tell me the story about that Merchant Marine.
I don't know anything about the Martian Marine because he's not a navigator. I didn't watch.
Okay, I thought you saw the movie.
I didn't watch all of it. No, I know. It's incredibly difficult
I know
to watch.
Because you're a
Glober. I definitely did see the different people and their titles, and I looked up the ones that were quite interesting, like the Joshua Silva and the mechanic, because I featured those two in a video I did in December.
Okay, I tell you the rest of the story. It's quite interesting. Okay, so
if it doesn't include the height of the radar tower and the height of the ship that they were seeing, it really isn't going to be all that interesting.
According to the mate, a mate is kind of a grade on the boat, I believe. I learned that term. Okay. He wasn't there, the mate. There was the lookout and the officer anyway. And they say, okay, they got something at 30 miles. They say, oh, well, it's quite far for a radar. Okay, I don't know how far it reaches, but it's quite far.
Okay.
And so he says later on, he says to the mate, hey, we got something at 30 miles away. And he said, bull crap. And then he came out with a green book. He explained what is it. It's a thick green book. They showed a picture, and it's everything you need to know about navigation. And he comes out on the bridge and he says, that's impossible. The map doesn't lie. It's supposed to be hidden under 600 foot of curvature. And the guy, the guy wasn't a flat earther.
I'm listening for the details. I have some paper ready so I can write down the details, and then we can go through the math.
Well, just watch the movie if you want.
You don't have the details. Oh, no.
Well, surprise. I just tell you what I remember from the top of my head, but it's in the movie. Like when you press click, just keep watching. Well, amazing. You told me you watched it. give me the detail.
All right.
it goes both
So you
ways,
don't have
man.
the details, so we can't actually test your
You want us
claim.
to watch
All that you
watch it
have is a
together?
claim. Got it. Okay. So let's go back to your script there. Do you have the evidence then? Do you have some evidence that we can examine?
Well, the main evidence that I have, it's what made me realize in the first place in 2016 that, what do you know? It's true. Because like pretty much everybody else, like the pilots in those movies, they all say, oh, my sister was telling me you should watch this on YouTube. And they all say, oh, that's bull crap. That's bull crap. And okay, I came across flat earth videos because back then they weren't hidden by the algorithm. Okay. So I was watching, I told that to FTFE. I was watching Jar Jar conspiracy. Okay. Well, do you want me to leave? Because I'm tired
Dude,
too. I'm up since.
You're going so long. Jump to the point.
Well, if you don't want me to be on your show, I can leave. Hey, I'm tired. I'm up since 4 a.m. this morning. Okay, and I work tomorrow.
Just waiting.
So if you're gonna mock me, I can just leave. All right. So because I was watching some conspiracy, some Star Wars conspiracy, they suggested me flat earth video, and I was asked before, because I was into conspiracy like September 11 and chemtrail and shit. So I was asked in 2013, do you believe that the earth is flat? And I said, no, I don't believe that the earth is flat. And I wasn't much curious about it. I didn't look into it until 2016 when it was in my suggested video. And I looked at it and it made sense. And I look at some more, and I was living in the Laurentians back then. It's in the country, and you can see the stars like very well. Like, okay, to finish, okay, it's water that made me realize that it was true. But to come back to the child is born with no state of mind. If you look at the stars, they're there. If you were a child born with no state of mind, would you think that, oh, they're not there? They're far away, like light years away. And what I see is in the past. And the light that the stars that I watch there, it may be dead. Not it's probably, but it may be dead because the light took so much time to travel to my sight. And you call us flat earther crazy? That's mainstream. Okay. And you know what? The thing about the stars, that's a thing before I was a flat earther, even when I was a kid, that made me go, seriously? Because I was told that the same version that everyone was told, that the stars, it's not actually there. When you look at it, it's far away in the past. The time that it's traveled to your sight, that makes no sense when you think about it. It's right there. It's there. I don't know the distance. I don't know what the stars are made of.
All right. I get that you don't understand it. It's not as
far away as...
Where is this all going? This is a circuitous route to get nowhere or somewhere.
Well, it's kind of evidences that made me realize that the globe model, the heliocentric model, it doesn't make sense. What they told us, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so do you have any evidence for this? This is all you've said so far, is that it doesn't make sense. I get that it doesn't make sense to you. Maybe it's just things you don't understand.
Well, I've said water, and I don't know, you can watch my
you
first
just said
video
water.
that
I'm not, this isn't a chance for you to talk about the video that none of us watched. Right? There's 500 people here. None of us watched your video. So it doesn't help for you to reference your... No, this is your chance to present your case.
You don't watch.
You're right. This is a debate where you present your case, not where you say, well, on your own time, go watch my video.
Okay.
All done. No.
Okay. So you don't want to watch? I'm going to explain.
That's right. There you go. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how it goes. Okay, let's go.
So in my video, what I do is I simply put water in a plate to illustrate the simple physics of water, okay? Like water lies flat. And when I told that to FTFE, I didn't illustrate that, I was just talking, picture water in a glass, and he said, there's a slight curve on the side. It's true. But if you take in the middle, you want me to do it? Do I still have a plate? Oh, whatever. Okay. If you take the plate, okay, and you take 2 point A, B, from A to B in the middle, it's gonna measure. You can measure it flat. It's flat. So the little curve on the side. The little curve on the side.
Yeah, ignore the curve on the side. Yeah, yeah, the part away from the curve. So when you're significantly far enough away from the curve on the edges to where you have 2 points that don't have the meniscus on the side. Yep. So you have 2 points far enough away from that. Okay. So you're saying that between those 2 points, you measured it to be flat.
And you can do it the same thing in the pool. I'm
asking, did you measure it?
Well, do you want us? We can measure it, like we can freeze the plate.
It's a yes or no question, and this is not a loaded question. Hey, did you measure it?
I didn't, but do you want me to? So do you want me to measure it?
If you did not measure it, then I'm not very impressed.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. If I put water in the plate and I put it in my freezer, like very straight, okay, and I put a level on it, okay, do you think that it's gonna measure that is gonna be level, right?
Well, what's the margin of error of this level?
If it froze, like, okay, here on my table, it's straight, okay.
Yeah, but what's the margin of error of the level?
I don't think there's a margin of error. I think it's going to be flat. Your bubble in the level is going to be right in the middle.
But what's the margin? You have to have the margin of error. Everything is machined to a certain measurement margin of error, right? So what sounds like
I don't think that's relevant.
It's very relevant because on the globe claim is that the curve between those 2 points is exceedingly small, and you would need some very precise measurement tools to do it. Certainly, no level that you're purchasing at the hardware store is going to have the margin of error necessary.
I'm going to do it in the next video. I'm going to freeze the water in the plate.
Well, step one, but here's the thing. You need to calculate the consequences of your hypothesis, right? So the consequences would be that between those 2 points, let's say they're 10 centimeters apart, right? And on the globe, there's a certain amount of curve that the globe would predict between those 2 points of 10 centimeters, right? So you get the circumference of the globe, you get the amount of curve that would be predicted on between those 2 points. Okay, then you get a measurement device that's at least 1 order of magnitude more precise than that. If you don't have a measurement device that's at least sufficient to measure that amount of curve, then you're not actually doing anything.
You know what? There's no measurement. There's no number. There's no formula.
Okay, so you did nothing.
No math. There's no math. Let me finish.
No, do you have any evidence?
Let me fucking finish.
All right.
I'm getting somewhere. There's no formula. No math. That word, the thinking. You look at it. Look, I got water here. Okay. Water. I look at it. It's flat. Okay. Now I picture it in my head. Okay. I picture a pool in my head. I saw a pool before. I can picture it in my head. I don't need to measure it. I know that it's flat in the pool. Okay. You want to measure it? Measure it.
What's your claim?
Bet you $1 million.
It's your claim, not mine, that it's flat. So if it's your claim that it's flat, then I don't have the burden of evidence. Do you see that?
But whatever, in my video, I was also the video that you won't watch and your audience won't watch.
Well, I'm not going to watch it right now. We're in a debate. Right That's where you present your case.
Okay, yeah. I'm addressing the droplet. Okay, so I let a droplet fall, and I'm close to the camera, and because the Globers, they post a droplet of water, and they say, "Look, water can curve." Well, water is soft. So I have this glass here. If I fill this with water, there's a curve here. So water can curve. Of course, it's liquid. Like it's gonna take the shape of the container. And when a droplet of water falls, it takes different shape. Like it falls. So it can be
I have a question.
But I'm not done.
Oh,
But
okay.
when it falls in the water at rest, it mixes with the rest of the water and it lays flat. That's simple physics.
But you didn't provide the measurements that it lays flat. You just asserted that it's flat. You didn't actually provide the measurements of it.
Think and look. When you look at the drop, it's in the water. It lies flat.
And what's the margin of error of your eyeball?
Nothing's gonna change that. No
what's
formula,
the margin
no
of
math.
error? No. It's just a measurement. Yeah, no formula, no math, just a measurement. So how did you measure the flatness with the required precision in order to determine the flatness is different than what the globe would say?
Okay, I start this video by saying observation is the key, and I say
and measurements are part of observation.
If you had watched the video, okay, and if you had made your homework before,
why would you expect 500 people watching this live to have watched your video beforehand? They didn't know you were going to talk about
you. I'm not talking about the 500 people. I'm talking about you. If you had done your homework before debating me, you would have watched my four on my channel. That's not like you. You have like a million. I watched a couple. But,
yeah, you did. Now, here's the thing, Q-Ballah. I know that you did not do any measurements. I know that you didn't compute the consequences of your hypothesis. But I know that it was sloppy, non-useful observations. If you're going to assert that the globe isn't correct because water is flat, you need to provide the measurements that the water is flat in contradiction to the quantity of curve that the globe predicts. And you did nothing of the sort. You just said, oh, look, I see it. My eyeballs are the only thing I'm using to measure it. But you don't even know the margin of error of your eyeballs.
I see it, okay, and I don't give a fuck.
Of course you don't, because you have pre-selected your conclusion, and everything that doesn't match your pre-selected conclusion, you will hand wave dismiss because you don't like it.
I didn't pre-select it. Like, I don't believe everything I hear on the net. Okay. I don't believe everything I hear.
I know you only believe that things that match your pre-selected conclusion.
No, that's you saying that.
Absolutely no, because your pre-selected conclusion is that water is flat, but you didn't measure it to see if it was actually flat.
Wow. Okay, you want me to measure it? I say that at the beginning.
You should measure it. Absolutely, you should.
I say that at the beginning of the video. Okay, that nothing. The observation is everything. Okay. No math, no formula will change the fact that when you drop a droplet of water in the water at
the surface of it is
going to lie flat.
Yeah.
You want to measure it? Go ahead and measure it. I don't want to convince you.
Yeah, but the surface of it is curved. But the surface of it is curved, not flat.
Okay, but with that said, okay, you asked me what made me believe that the earth was flat?
No, I didn't. I asked for evidence that the earth was flat. I don't care. I don't need to hear your come to Jesus story.
Okay.
For how you came to believe in the flat earth religion. I was just asking.
Did you say Jesus?
Yeah, your come to Jesus story. It's an American phrase. Your come to Jesus story. That's how you came to believe in the religion of flat earth.
Because
I don't need to hear the backstory of your religion. I just am asking, what's the evidence for flat earth? And so far, your evidence cited is, I looked at some water and it looked flat. That's all you have.
That's the first thing. That's the first thing that made me realize that, because I was boating a lot.
But now, do you have any evidence? How about that?
Okay, look, I'm coming back to I don't evidence? I'm gonna say a fuck there, but it's really how I feel. I don't give a fuck about convincing people anymore, because the experiment I did with my friend in real life, it doesn't work. When people are not ready to wake up, they're not gonna wake up.
Are you gonna
then
let me
talk? Let me talk, Mike. Okay, I'm beyond flat earth. I'm beyond it now. Okay?
Yeah, the indoctrination is fully ingrained. Yes, but
no, I'm beyond it.
Do you have any evidence, though?
I don't care. I know, and it's enough. Okay, I'm awake. Okay, and I don't care about convincing people anymore. And you know what, Mike?
Then why would you spend 1 minute on Facebook trying to convince people? Because that's where we met, and you demanded a debate, and I'm like, let's do it.
But you
and
know
we made
what?
this. I'm glad we could make it happen. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if
I
you're
know,
if you
but
don't care to convince people, then certainly you're
yeah,
acting the
I
opposite
know, but
because your
I
actions suggest that you do care.
okay. Now you're like FTFE. You don't let me talk. I can't. Okay, maybe you're not gonna believe it, but between the moment I asked for a debate and now, which is 3 days, it's there that I told myself, okay, I'm beyond it. It's impossible.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay,
It's
all
in
right.
those 3 days. Okay, I'm beyond it. And that then there was a shield, a guy from Finland. I don't know if you know him. He offers $1,000 to whoever he doesn't convince to bring to come back to the globe. And he's flooding my PM again. I say, hey man, I'm beyond it. I'm in the old world now. Did you hear about the old world, the Tartarian or whatever, the
Yeah,
old
that's ridiculous.
architecture?
That's almost as ridiculous as flat. Maybe it's more ridiculous. It's hard to decide. I should do a poll. All right, keep going.
But I've been taking picture in my town like this. I took the picture of this yesterday, but this is on a book. But I took the picture. It's Marie-Reine du Monde. It's right downtown Montreal.
What
You
is
look
it?
at the architect. It's called Marie-Reine du Monde. It's the
Gesundheit.
name of the church. And this is on a book, but I took the pictures. My phone is there. I took a lot of picture from the buildings in my town since I'm into the old world. And you look at those buildings. Look, this is the dome of Marie-Reine du
Oh my
Monde
gosh. All right.
with
This
the
has nothing
sunlight
to do with
building.
flat Earth. What do you?
Yes, it's. Oh no, I'm not talking. I'm not talking about the dome because of the dome. It's just the dome of the church. Okay, it has nothing to do
Oh,
with
all right,
some
all
kind
right.
of dome.
Good,
Okay.
good. Do you know
Yeah.
that Crashes is said that it's the living embodiment of the bacon,
Look, this is another
Canadian bacon
church.
conspiracy? Did you know
No,
that?
but if you let me talk, okay, I'm gonna tell you
You
something.
you've told me a lot of things, but still no evidence.
Well, I don't
Just
care about
I'm
it
just
anymore.
asking. Of course you don't, because you
That's the
don't have
thing.
any. I know you
May,
don't have any. That's why you have to not
well,
have to
I
avoid
have
it.
some, but I don't care about telling them. I don't care anymore. I'm beyond that. I'm in
Yeah,
other
yeah,
stuff.
okay.
You know what, Mike? Let me talk. Let me talk. I'm
Could you
in the
tell us more about
why.
your neighbor, though?
Let me talk
He's
for a while,
infinitely
okay?
more
Oh
entertaining than
my
you,
God.
and
What?
and he probably doesn't think the Earth is flat. At least Zoomy was thinking that.
Okay. Right now, I'm in the why. Why the lie? Because for me, it's evident. Okay. It is flat. I don't need to convince it. Well, I would like to convince anymore, but I realize that I don't have the ability for it. I tried my best with my friend. He's indoctrinated to the core. There's nothing to do. And I realized that when someone is not ready to wake up, he's not going to wake up. It has to come. That's why we say, do your research. And people ridicule
Did
that. Do your
I
research. Ha
I
ha ha.
I
Hey,
did
there's
my
a
own
show.
research.
Hey, there's a show here at the end of the year. Okay. Every year it lasts since the 60s and beyond. Okay, it's called Bye Bye. Okay, like Bye Bye 2022, like at the end of the year, and
Okay.
not the one of this year, but last year they were talking about the conspiracies, and it's funny because the guy was named Kevin, the character that was a conspiracist, and
Sounds suspicious, if you ask me.
no, but check it out. Okay, they were
S-
they
s-
were saying, oh, why do you don't close your mouth when I talk, please? Okay, yeah, okay, and they were ridiculizing the sentence, do your research. They were like, I done my research. Do your research. Like, we live in a society that they laugh about people who want to acquire new knowledge. Like, don't think. Some people do the thinking for you, just like Homer says to Lisa. Okay, Homer says, in our society, there are people that are paid to think for ourselves. And Lisa come to talk. She said, "I think," and Homer's like, that word again, think. And then nowadays I realize that, oh my God, the Simpsons did it again. They told us about like the Matrix. You know the Matrix, how the Matrix is? Okay.
It's not a documentary. It's not.
When you were told, okay, we were all told before school by our parents, okay, the earth is round. And when
Correct.
they told us,
you got it right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you remember when your parents told you that? Because I remember when it was yesterday. Do you remember?
Do I remember when my parents told me that?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I do remember. That. Okay. And what they told you, what they
you remember when my parents told me?
Yeah. Told you that the earth was round?
Yeah, amazing. Okay. I don't remember you being there.
I remember. Oh, shut up. I remember when my mother told me.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, your mother. I'm good. I was like,
so she told me. Listen to that. She told me, and every parent and every teacher say the same thing because that's the programming. They don't just say the earth is round and they explain the heliocentric model. They say the earth is round and they say before people thought the earth was flat. And
I know it's crazy, isn't it?
They always say that.
People used to think that.
Why would you feel? Crazy. Why would you feel the need to say that? Because it's the programming. Okay. Like the earth is round.
Here's the thing: you just need to have the evidence.
Shut up!
You didn't have the evidence. I know you don't like that.
Oh my God, man! You see, that's why I rage quit debate. I can't even make my points. I can't even expose my points.
There's a flat earther that's begging to come and give you a hand. I'm like, I don't think so, but anyway.
Okay, are you gonna shut up and listen?
Would you want this other flat earther? He thinks that he's gonna smack me down with you. He's been itching, just chomping at the bit to. Anyway.
So how is this relevant to what?
I don't know. How is what you're saying relevant to the evidence that you haven't shown yet?
Shut up and listen, and maybe you'll find out.
You're not getting any evidence.
I'm talking about the Matrix.
Q-Ballah.
How it starts.
It's Q-Ballah. Just the evidence. That's all you need. Just have. You'll all if you just focus on the evidence. I told you
I'm beyond it. I'm beyond it.
I know you don't have any. Thank you for waving that white flag.
Do your research.
I did. I did.
Yeah, you did. You didn't even watch the Flatten the Curve.
Paul Arsenault said, Kevin, 2S a pace, ton ignorance,
what your audience
effecte,
says.
ta perception de la réalité, tu n'es pas équipé pour débattre. And then said, MC Toon, just let him read it. But I don't think you can see it. I could paste it here. Let me paste it to you.
Could you read this? Since 4:00 in the morning. If you want me to go on, I don't give a fuck what your audience says. If I want to know, I'll go read afterward. Okay. Now I want to talk about the Matrix.
I want to talk about the evidence that you don't have.
I'm beyond that. So
I know.
If you want to talk, I'm beyond that. Flat Earth is fact for me.
This other flurf is begging to come in.
I know that I won't convince anyone. Okay, I've tried that. Yeah. I don't have the ability to wake up people. Maybe some have. I don't. Okay, I know that I tried. I don't have the ability to wake up people.
Oh, it's not. It's flatten the curds. It's about cheese.
No, it's
flatten or in French. In French is fromage. Did I say? How did I do? How do I say cheese? How do you say cheese in French?
Have you been told before that you're a clown?
I have heard that before.
You're just clowning. You're clowning.
That's right.
Yeah.
I am. All right. So we've got here this other flurf that demanded to come and beat me with you, and he has evidence or something. I don't know.
So Q, we got to get MC Toon. We have to educate him. So I think we should start off with satellites, right? That's a great way to disprove the globe Earth, right?
Well, go ahead, because I'm done with that. I'm beyond it. I know I'm not gonna awake anyone.
Wait, you covered satellites with Toon or
no?
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I don't know. I was just trying to feed you things. I don't want to take the spotlight away from you. I was just
It's
hoping to
okay.
kind of talk with you on these things.
It's okay. It's interesting.
Obviously, we know that satellites are not actually orbiting anything, that they're basically just balloons that are following the same concentric pattern as the sun and the moon.
How does that? I'm baffled by how that works. You tell me.
So if we take enough
Well,
gas.
no, let Q-Ballah. He knows. He's been around longer than you. Q-Ballah. He's a fresh flurf, by the way. Q-Ballah. He's not.
By the way, I have to say something. Like you said, we know, but I don't know. I believe that the satellite are just balloon. I know that satellite exists. I know that satellite exists. That's a fact. But I believe that the satellite orbiting the Earth, as we were told, doesn't exist. I don't exist. That's what I believe.
Wouldn't the satellite being a balloon concentrating its orbit as the same as the sun and the moon be the necessary antecedent? So, I mean, wouldn't that be a must in order for it to work? Right?
What's the necessary antecedent stuff here, Mr. Industrial Flurf?
Well, so we need the so there is no other explanation other than the satellite on a balloon follows the same concentric orbit that the projected sun and the moon do.
Well, to be frank, it's the first time that I hear the satellite are actually following the same path.
I've heard that term before.
Hold on a second. You're not Frank.
Great term.
You're Q-Ballah.
Oh my! This guy's a clown. He's a clown.
I know, right? I mean, I tried debating him a couple of weeks ago, and I couldn't get through to him. So I told him, hey, let me come on and resume my debate.
Q-Ballah. He was crying at the end.
Yeah, I was trying to nail him, but just Toon wouldn't shut up. He's almost as bad as FTFE. He just kind of like pounds, and you try and get a word out, and he just won't let you talk.
I don't know. I saw some of his debate, and he seemed maybe tonight he smoked a joint or something, but he feels just like clowning.
He's no FTFE, but he is. He does have other.
I do not partake in the devil's lettuce. I just Toon shine for me, thank you.
But I presume. Well, I realize that you don't want to talk about the Matrix, because I wanted to get into the Matrix.
Dude, I did not like the third movie. I think they really messed it up, and after the reviews, I didn't even watch the fourth.
Not the movie,
I wanted to watch the fourth. The third was like, it's kind of like the second, kind of like the first, but the fourth, I couldn't just put my.
You know what happened with the third, Q-Ballah, is everybody was predicting all these different endings. There was every single ending that was guessed at. And then the Wachowskis, they're like, well, we need to choose an ending that nobody guessed before, but all the good endings were already guessed. So they had to choose a bad ending. Their hands were tied.
I don't even remember the third movie.
Now, Q. So
I do agree it was a turd movie.
Does the Matrix assimilate anything to a flat Earth? Like, this is new to me in talking about the flat Earth. Does this have a correlation?
When I talk, the Matrix is all they make us believe that we live on the globe. It's not a Matrix. It's not a simulation like in the movie. A computer simulation.
Okay.
It's the idea. I was starting talking about it, but you won't stop interrupting. When my mother told me that the Earth is a globe, okay, they always tell after that before the people were ignorant and they thought it was flat, and from the get-go they always tell us to laugh at flat earther, and it's in the program. Hey, have you noticed? Of course you noticed that the Globers are pissed off at us.
So
Oh,
this
no,
is
we're
kind of
laughing.
indoctrination of children then. So you're saying children are being programmed. So you're using, you know, the term matrix to
They
say,
are
okay,
programmed.
youth are being programmed as far as what to believe then.
They are programmed since they were a child, but as we're growing up, the program continue, and I could go on telling about it, but apparently Toon doesn't want to
I
get
just was
into the
hoping for some
matrix.
evidence for the first time that there'd be some evidence.
Well,
I don't know.
you
It's
know
like,
what?
it's like number 300 and you're all the
You
same.
know
You're like,
what?
I don't have an evidence, and I never do.
No, that's not what I've said. I've said water, observe water.
Yeah, it's
That's
curved. Yeah, water's curved.
Oh yeah, it's curved. Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
We can
curves
measure
are
it.
like in a drop, but like on a flat plane, water you can't see the curvature of water, right?
No.
I mean, you know, you look straight, you know, down a lake. I mean, you know, the lakes in Peru are all flat, and you look straight down, and you cannot see a curve in the lake. You can see directly to the shore of the other side on the majority of lakes, on all lakes in Peru.
Hey, Toon, I'm gonna ask you something, okay?
What? Speaking of lakes in Peru, Q-Ballah, can you name a lake in Peru?
Titicaca.
That's it. That's my favorite lake.
Titicaca?
It's the highest lake in altitude in the world.
Oh, really? Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's the highest lake in altitude in the world.
The highest navigable lake on the globe. Yep.
So now, Q. So proving to Toon that gravity is just buoyancy, but buoyancy caused by a thicker material above it. I kind of tried explaining it to Toon, but I guess I couldn't get it through to his head. Can you kind of help me explain to Toon the buoyancy, and that gravity is not a thing, and buoyancy is what actually pushes us down towards the ground?
Well, actually, you know, gravity is pretty easy to debunk with an helium balloon. Then the glober's gonna say, "Oh no, it's because the helium is less dense than air." And I say, "What? Yeah, exactly. If gravity was a thing, the helium balloon would be attracted to the ground." And that's all.
What's amazing is that density is so weak that it can't pull down the helium balloon.
So what are you saying? Only some things conduct gravity, so gravity is
we just explained
now. What kind of nonsense is that?
We just explained to him that the density of the molecule
there is some density.
The helium.
Are
you gonna let me talk?
Yeah.
Are you gonna let me talk?
Well, okay. Could you explain to me then how density causes the 9.8 meters per second squared downward acceleration?
No, I can't.
I know. It was a rhetorical question.
That is just a function of buoyancy, Toon. So if we take out the mass in the equation for buoyancy and then substitute that and take the time and then square that, we then have your acceleration of this thing called the gravity.
And Toon, by the way, we don't believe that the Earth is constantly rising to cause that 9.8.
Not like those. What is it? The Flat Earth Society? That nonsense.
Yeah.
That totally gives us flat earthers a bad name. I mean, yeah, really, like a moving.
Yeah. Well, to be honest,
never-ending Earth.
To be honest, Q and Industrial Flurf, nobody needs you don't need help in that department.
Okay, hey, since you're clowning, okay, I'm gonna come back another time when you'll be more serious, because I don't feel to be mocked. I'm up since 4 a.m.
You have not you've not brought any evidence though. I mean that's the whole point. That's the point of a debate.
Prove gravity. We talked about satelloons. I mean, what else do you need to prove with irrefutable evidence that the Earth is flat. I mean, just look outside. Look outside. Do you like? Come on, dude. Come on.
Yeah, the counter-rotating celestial
observation
poles is amazing. Evidence
the
that the Earth is a
projections
sphere.
in the sky. The projections in the sky. Yes, those little dots. Yes, there's somehow some massive, quote unquote, stars far, far away, just like the sun is. But
so far away.
Yeah.
So far away that what we see, it's light years away. It happened in the past.
You got it. Oh, I'm glad you got something right.
That's a claim there too. Yeah. Do you have any evidence on this claim? Like you're just randomly spouting these
science?
No, I'm agreeing. I'm totally agreeing with you, Q. You nailed it. It is light years away, like you said.
Did science prove it?
The science measured it. Science measured it.
Hey, seriously,
that's how it works.
I'm gonna go to bed because you're not serious tonight. So when you want to be serious, I'll come back to debate you. Okay?
I will be serious when you have evidence. Will you ever have evidence?
Because I saw you in other debates. You were more serious than that. Now you're just mocking me. You're clowning. You're laughing, and I don't like that. So
because Q, you started off by just rambling on and not actually going right to the evidence.
Dude, I had 31 points. I'm up to the first one.
Yeah,
but don't let me talk.
Q, we'll get it. What's your next point? We'll lay it into tune. What's your next point?
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear
it. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was booted, okay, from a group. Okay, I'm going somewhere. Just let me talk, okay? I was booted from Flat Earth Science Debate when I posted, okay, my video when I went to the CN Tower, okay, which is pretty high at the CN Tower. I was in the Sky Pod, which is the highest point at the CN Tower. You have to pay extra to go there, okay? And I did a 360 with my camera, okay? And you see that horizon is at eye level, and you see that there's no curvature, okay? The shields were all over my post, okay? So I said, I love it when the shields are all over. No, I said, wow, the shields are all over my post like Oprah on the baked ham, okay? And they said it was racist. Oprah on the baked ham, okay?
I don't know why that's racist.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
FTFE told me...
baked ham is awesome.
FTFE told me I wasn't smart enough to realize why it was racist, and they booted me from the group and probably deleted my post. Okay,
yeah,
I still have the video, but people's gonna say, "Oh, you're not high enough to see the curve at the CN Tower."
That's right.
Then, in an airplane, some Globers say, "Oh, I saw the curve from an airplane." But then Neil deGrasse Tyson says, "Oh, Felix Baumgartner is not high enough at the Red Bull jump to see the curve." So when are you high enough?
All right, did you listen to what Felix said about it?
He said he couldn't see the curvature.
Felix
heard him
said he could see the curve. So turns out Neil was wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
So which globe priest do we listen to then, Tune?
Definitely not Neil. Definitely not Neil.
Which the one who fits your narrative?
Yeah.
No, the one that's correct.
Yeah.
The one that's correct.
So cherry picking, right?
No, the one that matches evidence.
Yes. Yeah, the one that matches your narrative.
No, the one that matches evidence. So
why do you think Neil deGrasse Tyson came out and with the damage control that no, you can't see the curve. You're not in space. You're 1 millimeter above the beach ball, because people thought, okay, oh, look, we can see the curve. But at some point, they realized that, whoa, it's all land. It's all land. That's not the Earth's curve. So he came at in damage control, okay, and said, no, it's not the curve. It is a wide lens, a fisheye lens.
Yeah, fisheye lens. Yeah. Oh, wait, you can't see the curve. Oh, you can see the curve. Oh, fisheye. Yeah, it's too convenient for these globe towers.
So what you're saying, Tom? What you're saying, Tom, is the image that we see when Felix Baumgartner is outside and we see the curve Earth, that's the curvature of the Earth. That's what you're saying?
I'm showing you. I didn't say anything. I didn't bring any evidence about with Felix Baumgartner. I just said that he said that he saw the curve. So Neil was wrong. So now what I am showing right now, I'm showing right now Do you see what I'm showing there? I got a bunch of pictures. You see that?
Yeah, I see CGI in there too, and there's a lot of CGI. Yeah.
All right.
I could do that with Photoshop.
Right.
Yeah, I got the whole Adobe suite.
All right. All right. Do you see
Hey, Toon.
this is video. This is from a video. A rocket that went to almost 300,000 feet. Do you see these pictures here?
Yeah.
So here is, oh, there's some curve. Is that curve? Do you see curve?
Oh, I'm convinced. I'm back to
All right.
globe. Okay.
Well, I mean, if you were honest, you would. Are you honest or not? There's curve.
Oh, I'm counting.
There's curve.
100%.
There's curve. Curve. You see that? Curve. 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 Look at that. That's below the center frame. So if it's any curve from lens distortion, there would be curve in the opposite direction. Yet here we see it curving the same direction.
Did you take those pictures, Toon? Did you take those pictures?
No, this is from Kip Dower-Gertis's
okay.
rocket.
This is from someone. Okay.
He's big in the Photoshop
Yes.
community too.
So what-
I follow, the Adobe Photoshop
So
community. and he's
Q-Ballah,
huge in there.
what part of the scientific method is ignore evidence that you didn't personally take?
Well, I didn't take this photo.
No,
I don't know this person.
What step of the scientific process is to ignore evidence that you did not personally take?
Look,
Just tell me which is it. Step 1, step 2, step 3.
You took some
step
pictures
4,
on the internet.
Step 5.
You
This
took
is
some
a
pictures
video.
on the internet.
This is a video.
You say, look, there's a curve, and that's supposed to convince me?
An honest person, yes. Yes.
How are we
definitely.
supposed to trust?
But I
these
know
random
that you're not
sources? I
honest.
mean,
Hey,
Because-
Toon, you told me.
This
you
is
told
what
me,
you do.
You
This
told
is
me
you.
that if you were on an island, you would figure out the heliocentric model by yourself. Who's being dishonest?
Yes, I
Okay,
would. So
that
so
came out of
here is-
Copernicus'
here
ass.
is what you're doing. See, you're at step 3 there, rejecting contradicting evidence. When I show you this.
Hey, Can
Right
you
there.
put me full screen for a second? I
No.
want to show an example. Okay.
Look at that. There's
Can you
another
put
one.
me full screen?
What are you gonna? I don't need to see an example of anything you've got.
Well, I'm asking you, please. Can you put
Please.
me full
All
screen?
right, I'll put you. I'll make you larger. How about that? All right, here you go. Now you're larger. All right, go ahead.
Okay. I come back to the island, okay? And you're a child born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm a
Okay.
13-year-old adult, and I can think about
Try-
things on my own.
try to imagine,
You're not.
okay?
You're not the boss of me.
see, he
Okay.
acts like a 13-year-old, doesn't he, Q?
Okay.
Interrupting you and
try
and
to
he's a
imagine, okay?
freaking guy.
And okay, we take Larry here. We know Larry, right? Okay.
Does
And
he have
I
two
asked
brothers? Does he have two brothers named Daryl?
And notice the number 33.
Yes, you got him, Q. You got him. Boom, right there. That's a 33
Okay.
drop.
So I asked to the child with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind, would Larry feel safer if I put him on a plate like that,
Oh, gosh.
okay, and live his life like that? Or if I place him on a ball like that, or well, let's not put him on top. Let's put it
This
here.
is actually his attempt at
Exactly.
evidence.
Oh,
Perfect, Q. Perfect.
Just a
Oh,
second.
Right off the
Oh my
ball.
gosh.
Yeah, exactly.
Science
So
told
lame.
me. Science told me that it's supposed to hold there.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
on this-
yep,
No,
oh.
what you did is you proved gravity.
Okay,
You proved gravity
okay,
because it pulled Larry
let's
down.
spin it now. Oh. So the child born with no state of
All
mind.
right. So what you're
blind to the
saying
ways
is
of
that
mankind,
you
what
can't think
would he
past
think?
the
Okay,
mentality of a
if you
child.
tell that
I
child,
agree. I
if
agree.
you tell that child, do you live on a ball or on a flat plane? What will he tell you? What will he answer you?
I care exactly zero for the scientific acumen of a child, which is your level. I care that people have figured things out way beyond the scientific understanding of a child.
Those are
I
theories
don't
right out
care
of their
about what a
asses.
child thinks. In
Those
fact,
are
that
theories
is,
right
matters
unproven.
nothing to me at all.
the theory that you learn at school, okay, those are unproven, scientifically unproven theory that you take as fact.
But you seem to think that science proves when it doesn't. Here, I'll give you. Here's an example.
That science doesn't prove.
Here's an example. I'll ask you what in science. What? Give me just a few examples of the things in science that are not eligible to be disproven.
Well, if I dip my hand into water, it's gonna be wet. You can disprove that.
So, Toon, you're using a double negative, not eligible to be disproven. So you mean eligible to be proven? Are you talking?
So hold on, just a second, Mr. Industrial Flurf. If I first dip my hand in wax and let it dry, and then dip it in water, will my hand become wet?
Can you repeat that?
If I first dip my hand in wax or oil, and then dip it in water, might my hand not be
wet?
But
that's not what I've said. That's not
my example. Dude, how is that evidence for a globe Earth? You have no evidence for this.
Absolutely not.
Globe Earth.
All right, this is your weakness, Industrial Flurf.
Oh, yeah, bringing back how you
the Menards tape measure
when you talked over me during our last
and
debate.
It's got inches and centimeters.
Yes.
For the socialists there in Quebec.
Well, we use it.
I rest my case.
Oh, that was low. That was low, Toon.
Is it okay if I leave you two together because I'm gonna?
No, I have some questions. I have some questions.
Well, you're just clowning. You're not in the mood that I appreciate.
Do rest frames really shorten? Jason's wondering if rest frames really shorten.
What's rest frame?
Yeah, what are rest frames?
What's the rest frame? That'd be where the lab frame.
What's lab frame?
I don't. Oh, there you go. You got it.
English is my second language. Eh?
All right. Well, it has to do with relativity. Are you big on relativity?
Well, do you know what Tesla said about the theory of relativity? Do you know what Tesla said? Do you know what Tesla said about the theory?
Quoting somebody is just an appeal to authority.
Well, what he said.
Go ahead. Do your appeal to authority. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He said.
Let's hear your appeal to authority. I'll get it up on screen here so people can appreciate.
Well,
all right. Appeal to authority example.
You're right.
Proceed.
Actually, you're right. It is appeal to authority, and actually, I don't even know if Tesla even said it for real because I didn't hear it from his mouth. So, okay, but we all know the quote about the theory of relativity. It dazzles, and it's like a beggar dressed in purple that people take as king. But when you look into it, it's just bullshit. Okay, it's bullshit.
I don't think Tesla said that. That sounds
like he didn't say that, but
I think you're paraphrasing a bit strongly.
I say that Q-Ballah way. It's bullshit. Okay?
Yeah,
dazzled. Oh, the numbers. Oh, it's so bright.
Exactly. Toon, obviously, we've proved our last point. What's your next point, Q?
All right, my next point is Crashes says it's a ploy. The Canadians play Flurf to hide the Canadian bacon conspiracy. Is that true? Are you just hiding the Canadian bacon conspiracy?
You know what? I never ate Canadian bacon.
What kind of self-loving Canadian could not have eaten Canadian bacon?
I love bacon. I tried to be vegan, because I love animal, but I couldn't. I love bacon too much.
Do you know how many bugs have to die to be a vegan?
What?
You know how many bugs have to die to be a vegan? Serious.
Yeah. I know all that.
All right. Alan Beaupre, it sounds like he might have a little French name there, says, how do you know when someone is ready to wake up? Well, that's a good one for you.
Me? I couldn't know.
All you have to do is look outside. I mean, look outside and where do you see any proof that the Earth is a globe? I mean, I have a window right here. I can literally, if it wasn't dark, I'd look outside this window and
how did it get dark? Checkmate. All
I
right.
have something.
Hold on.
Hey, I have something to answer. Wait. I have something to answer to that because I have two sisters, okay, and both of my sisters don't want to talk about that.
I don't believe you have two sisters.
Okay, you don't believe, okay.
You
and
never proved that you have two sisters.
My older sister, okay,
when
I told
did you
her,
prove that you have two sisters?
Oh my God. Seriously, man. I'm doing you a favor by being here at this time.
But you never proved that you have two sisters.
Okay, what I told to my sister, I said the video, because sometimes I've sent her some video. She said, "Oh, I have no time." She has no time, but she has time to watch movies and sports, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But what I told her is the videos are there to guide you, but you have to observe. Like industrial nerd says, go outside and look at the world. Like, okay, I'm a bike messenger. Okay, I go from tall buildings to tall buildings. I see all kinds of panoramas, and when I ride, I see sometimes, because Montreal is a very hilly city. Okay, sometimes I have panorama and I say, "Oh yeah, it is flat," and you're gonna say, "You're not high enough to see the curve," but you're never high enough. That's the thing.
How
you're
convenient.
Never high enough.
Yeah, how convenient. Yeah,
unless it's
high enough to see the.
Do you have brakes on your bike?
Yeah.
I saw that movie. The guy, the bike messenger, refused to have brakes on his bike.
Oh yeah, it's fixed bike. Yeah, I never roll with that. It's crazy. At the speed I go, I need to have brake. Yeah.
Are you that fast? Do you go fast enough that your rest frame shortens?
Well, I couldn't tell because I don't know what's rest frame.
All right. Well, we'll have to apply the Lorentz transform to see. Mr. QTube is wondering, says that you're projecting more than a big screen TV from the 90s. You remember those big screen TVs from the 90s?
Yeah.
I don't. I'm only 13.
I'm projecting. Yeah. Okay. I'm projecting. I can't even expose my point because you're clowning.
Nobody wants to see you expose your point. Please, no exposing your point. People can get arrested even in Montreal.
I wanted to explain the Matrix, not the movie. I wanted to explain the real life Matrix. That's why I was here tonight, because I'm beyond convincing people. The Earth is flat. I know. If people don't want to believe it, it's their problem. But I'm seeing the Matrix. I'm seeing the program. The same question, the same behavior. They get pissed off when we talk about the flat Earth.
I'm not pissed off. I'm enjoying a good chuckle at it. Cretan Ball says that I'm going to need tonight. I'm going to need these words: Osti, Kalis,
Astikolis, Tabarnak,
and
Astikolis, Tabarnak de Ciboire de Sacrament,
and Titicaca. Give me a Titicaca quick.
Titicaca. No, I'm gonna say it in French. Titicaca.
It sounds the same. Barsby wants me to finish you, like Mortal Kombat style. I mean,
okay.
You probably would mind if I just ripped your head off with the spine intact.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead. Can I go to bed? Can I go to bed if you do that?
You're welcome to go to bed anytime you want.
All right. Can I come back to debate another time?
Sure, if you want, we can even set it for
Q. You have to bring up your next point. I mean, we're totally not done with
yeah, I know, man, but
he doesn't let anybody talk. He's like a rude 13-year-old.
I have all those points, okay? All those points.
Do you want to start earlier next time?
We're at 2. Okay?
Do you want to start earlier next time? So you're not so tired?
On weekends, it would be excellent for me.
Dude, on weekends, I'm so busy. Every second of the weekend I'm doing something.
Well, let's settle for earlier next time. Let's settle for earlier.
All right. And then we can do the rap battle too.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Anytime.
All right.
All right. So have a nice evening.
Thanks, Q-Ballah. It's been real.
Yeah, thanks, Q, for leaving me here by myself to argue.
I'm gonna crush your friend now, Q. Your friend's gonna get demolished in a second here.
All right, I'll watch a little bit while I'm going to bed.
It's all right. I can crush him myself. In absentia.
Bye. Bye. Respect.
Respect. All right. There we go. All right, well, you're going to have to crush me in his ass.
So, okay, yes. So Tune. So let's talk about the conductance of gravity. So obviously, talking with Sam, we've learned that mass is not actually a legitimate term, but it's the object's ability to conduct what you call gravity. So let's get into conductance and how we can assimilate mass and actually equate that to a value of conductance
I'm
by
ready.
measuring and equating to sheep units, foundations of electromagnet. Not
ready.
electrical conductance, but the conductance of mass attracting mass.
You're right,
which
you
call gravity.
We can use Gauss's law for gravitational attraction right there. And so we can create a Gaussian surface there, a gravitational Gaussian surface, and we can do the integral on it using the Gaussian law.
But now, can't we assimilate the Gaussian law and substitute the delta of mass to the conductance of gravity? I mean, obviously, if you read through the equations,
what's the coefficient of conductance of gravity?
That term has not been defined.
We need to work on defining that.
Globe priests. Yeah.
How does that map to space weight?
Space weight. So space weight is relative to the buoyancy of space. Oh God, I'm trying, Tune. I'm trying. I don't know how much more flurf I got in me.
All right,
yes,
you can drop the flurf. All right, this is all I got with Q. I didn't get much. All right, new name. He didn't even get in a new name of gravity. He cannot just get right to it.
Everything and everybody, full disclosure, okay? I am not a flurf. I don't want people who I know chiming in on certain sections of this video and be like, "Oh, that guy's an idiot. He's a flurf. Oh, industrial nerd, that retard." No, full disclosure, I am not a flurf. I just wanted to keep Q-Ballah in there and kind of get him answering questions. But well, it was entertaining to say the least. But
all right, let's see. I got a few super chats here to read off. Renee Calucia, who sometimes goes by Earth is Seriously Flat, and also by the super creative name Flat Earther.
Oh, that's a new one. That's a
wow.
New one.
Super.
I've not heard that before.
He wants to invite people to a meetup every Sunday at JPL in Pasadena, and so he goes there and he makes a fool of himself for free. But I do thank you for that $2 super chat there, Renee. Jason says 8 flurfs per mile squared math again.
I thought it was 8.1. I thought we had 1/10 of a flurf in there too, right? Isn't yeah.
I don't know. It's actually 7.9 something.
No, 9/10 of a flurf. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Steve6464 says, I watched Star Wars 4. So the Force is real.
Kind of like the Matrix 4, except something we've actually all viewed instead of
6. VI. VI is 6. Sorry, I'm a little rusty on my Roman. My Roman numerals. I haven't Time Lord Science it's been a minute. Oh, it should be IV. It should be 4. All right. There you go. Reaper 22 actual for 10 simoleons says, I'm sure he has a point or evidence somewhere. No, he has nothing. And he doesn't even, just the basic. This is such a standard flurf thing to that they don't even have the ability to conceive that the surface of water could be curved, but that they couldn't see it with their own eyes because their eyes are not good enough measurement devices. That tells you how incredibly dumb the mind of Flurf is.
Well, Tune, just look out the window. Okay, I'm having trouble trying to Flurf, but
Jason says he has intelligence and education of a child trapped on the island he was talking about. It all makes sense why he thinks it's flat.
Well, if you think about it, if a child is on an island, they're not worried about the shape of what they're standing on. They're worried about like food and water and like other important things to
You got
living.
other things to
Then,
think about when you're
yes.
Mr. Unite for the Chill Wind says measuring in maple leaf and moose units is hard. I'm gonna have to get the citation on moose units now.
Yeah, sheep units to moose unit conversion utility we need here too.
Oh my goodness. And then Mr. Unite for the Chill Wind says he's transcendentiflurf. All right, now G1 Shockwave, I have a feeling this is a sports thing. Says Habs suck, go Bolts go. Sports. Yay.
Yeah, that's a yay.
Pat in the chat says gave up trying to convince people within 3 days of accepting the debate. How convenient. Mr. PhD Tony says if your guest has no interest in observational evidence, can he simply go away? We don't need any more of mental health public awareness presentation. We get the message. Don't do drugs. Mr. Q2 first name fast said your poll is a loaded question. Oh yeah, my poll. I finished the poll. Did it scroll off? Oh, it did. All right. Well, the poll was which one is more ridiculous, and the answer was 63% Flurf versus Tardteria. Jason says all Flurfs think they are Neo. Pure delusionalism. Pure delusion. And String News 1, yesterday. I remember it like it was yesterday. And PhD Tony, ooh. What were you doing with Q-Ballah's mom, Tune? Shame on you. Never mind. All right, I read the thing from Paul Arsenault with the French in it, which I didn't understand, but a couple of the words I kind of got an idea about. Ableist says, we're sorry, world. Oh, the shame. And then has a Canadian flag. Well, I do understand that Q-Ballah does not represent all of Canada, just all of Quebec. I see Spin sent $1.99 for French lessons. I don't think he liked my pronunciation. Kevin, 2S pace. PhD Tony says this gut is a waste of biomass. PhD Tony is savage tonight. And IC Spin says, welcome back, Industrial Troll. That's you. And Tesla Bit and Radio says, but what about the cations? Or the cat ions, if you've done any chemistry. KYPDR. What do you think? Kipter? Kuiper says, how does my DirecTV work without satellites?
Satelloons.
You know, I've asked them, how does the dish that's pointing up to the Satelloon, as they say, always get reception, even though Satelloons just fly around wherever the wind blows?
Well, it's an array of Satelloons that are above the air currents.
Number two, if I aim it slightly to the side, because I've personally aimed a dish, it doesn't get it, so it couldn't be an array. No answer.
Well, unless it's a switching array that's exotically complicated enough to make that work, which, that is obviously proof that there are Satelloons from a flat Turpia perspective. But yes, obviously.
NA says the Illuminati thanks you for your work, my fellow brothers. You are welcome, NA. Paul Arsenault says, Kevin, you are the one who is asleep. The reason you are beyond trying to convince us the earth is flat is because you are ill-equipped to defend your claim, and this frustrates you. That I'm gonna send him that screenshot. He won't like it.
Well, I think it's kind of obvious, but it's explaining the obvious to somebody, which usually is the biggest insult. But,
yeah.
But yes.
PhD Tony, man, he's on fire tonight. He says, PhD Tony says, he thinks you're rude. Allow me to introduce myself. Peterman's Prime says, show them the SpaceX Transporter 6 mission that shows the launch and landing from the rocket uncut. I have that. Let me grab that here. I'm not gonna share it to you, Industrial Flurf, because
that's fine. That's fine.
That's
all
watch it
CGI video. Anyway.
Watch it on your own leisure. There it goes. It's 1:35. Indie Tiger Sci-Fi Review says, Q-Ballah, do you know your hat is broken? Somebody flattened the bill. It should be curved like the Earth. Jason says, Q is lucky gravity is real, or the buoyant force of his cranial region would cause him to float away. All right. Nerd Alert says, careful, industrial nerd. I think Kevin is a Poe. Icy Spin says, all in favor for this is the new show format. Say aye.
Jeez. Listen, this is hard to. I don't know how you do this. Okay, it was so hard trying to. Oh my gosh! These guys.
He's so convinced. When I talked to him yesterday, we did a test call,
mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Just between you and me, you really think the Earth is flat, right? Like, just between you and me, no, that's ridiculous."
So too, look at the video. How come there are no video cameras on the satellite pointing towards the dome?
Yeah.
If you had one, then that would prove that I have to go out and fix the dome for NASA, like I did a couple weeks ago on Tuesday. It was on a Tuesday too.
Yeah.
So yes, totally ill proof. But go on.
String News 1 says, I saw, I gish galloped. I don't know how to say gish gallop in Latin, but it would be wenny witty and then gish gallop. So, but the real one is wenny witty wiki. And yes, you pronounce the V with the W sound in Latin. It's not Italian.
In French though.
Isn't
French isn't Latin root to French and all other European languages? So that would have some type of French pronunciation.
I have no idea.
Well, you got $1.25 to learn French or something, right?
Yes.
Tunes, now's a good time to start, bro.
$1, yeah. PhD Tony says, I was skeptical right up until he mentioned Oprah. That clinches it.
Oprah proves the flat Earth. Yes.
I don't. All right. It's probably rude to Oprah to say what he said about Oprah, but I don't think it goes past rude to anything in any other realm. But maybe it's something I don't understand. I love this. Ableist says, "Who is Phyllis Baumgartner?" Baumgartner.
I bet there's a couple of people out there who do have bums as gardeners, and probably Phyllis is the homeowner.
No, it sounds to me
hired a bum that was.
You see, in England, bum is a word for butt.
Yeah,
and so a bum gardener would be somebody that grows butts.
Oh, yeah. I see that assimilation there. Oh, shucks.
All right. Waikiki Kamukov says, do they know that Neil deGrasse Tyson is Mike Tyson's brother? I saw it on a show with a drunk pigeon in it. What? What? And then Waikiki Kamukov says, with the member super chat says, do they understand space weight? I don't. Yes. You've not seen the space weight one, have you?
No, I haven't. I missed that tune. I missed that. Well, what does that get into?
That's
Trying to explain
that's a
weight
guy
into
that
like.
that's a guy that called himself the ever so creative that guy.
Oh,
That's the name he chose for
that's
himself.
creative. Yes, yes.
And he was a tile layer in Florida, and he had some videos of his tile work. Looked pretty nice. He should stick to
Were the
tile work.
tiles level? That's the question.
Well, the ones on the
Level and
wall,
plumb.
the ones on the wall were flat, but not level.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so he was trying to understand the difference between weight and why in space something could orbit. And he's like, well, this is weight here on Earth, and then this in space, that's space weight.
Oh,
He's
like
just
you mean
inventing
mass.
new nonsense.
Okay.
It was
Like gravity conductance. That's a good nonsensical term that can be
very,
exploited.
very much. Oh, by the way, Sam has confirmed for next week.
Oh, I'm excited. Oh, rap battle number 2, or are we gonna have like a sing battle? I mean, he was rocking some pretty Brianna tunes there. Like I almost fell in love with Sam with that tune, the melody he laid out. But that'll be fun. That's great.
I did ask him if he would prepare a presentation, maybe not next week, but to prepare a presentation on relativity. So he's gonna. I'm sure he's going to look into that.
Well, we only got to slide 12 of 32 of his presentation last week, so I was kind of anxious for the remaining 20 slides.
PhD Tony says, "Have you no compassion?" and here, PhD Tony, he'll watch it and love it. He is such a nice guy. I really like him. He's so funny.
He's a decent dude. He's hilarious.
All right. Stringer News 1 for some reason thinks that Canadian bacon is long pork. I suppose it could be if it was from a long pig in Canada.
So are bacon strips long pork relative to the circular pork, or I'm confused. I mean, is there like a correlation between strips of bacon being long pork versus disc pork, which is Canadian bacon, or in New Jersey a certain variation is called Taylor ham or pork roll? Shout out to anybody from Jersey who knows pork roll, but come on, it's a Jersey thing, Tune. It's a Jersey thing.
I don't know. Are you from Jersey?
I'm right next to Jersey, and I did grow up in Jersey a little bit. Right. So,
well, that's right. You're neighbors with Cece from Westchester County.
Exactly. So Westchester County, Jersey, Pennsylvania, we're all in the tri-state area. But yeah. So go pork roll. But I'll shut up now. All right. Go on.
And PhD Tony, yes, I did know that long pork is a euphemism used by New Guinea cannibals to refer to humans.
Oh, I learned something new. Okay.
Apparently, they think it tastes similar to pork, so long pork.
I thought human flesh tasted like chicken, because cannibals say baby flesh tastes like chicken, so therefore humans must taste of chicken.
I'd have no YouTube.
I'm trying to follow Flurf logic.
Do not know YouTube. He is crazy. I'm not supporting anything that he says. No. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, June. Sorry. Got to control myself. It's not like those
YouTube's
Flurfs.
AI is the worst.
Yes, okay.
It's terrible. All right. Geistview says, where is the floor under the flat earth to determine where down is? Like how you use the floor to determine where down is under the basketball. That's exactly right.
That was funny.
When they hold something to a basketball, it falls down. All you've done is show that gravity works. Absolute moron. Renee Calucia says spinning ball evidence is pseudoscience and CGI, but it's not. You don't even know what pseudoscience is. No Flurf does. No Flurf has ever actually said that when I've asked them the primary demarcation between science and not science. They don't know what it is. They just think that pseudoscience is whatever they don't like.
Now in French, is pseudoscience pseudoscience? Something to think about. I'll shut up now. Sorry, dude.
Sean Carroll thinks that elf tastes like chicken. Let's Let's see here. We got Geistview says flat earthers draw a line on an ocean horizon photo from 5 feet of the curve you expect to see if the earth is a sphere as claimed. Oh, that's a great question. Maybe Rene Calucia could do that. Get a picture of the ocean and draw the curve that you expect to see on the globe. Absolutely fantastic. Stringer News 1 says Americans have feet and inches, Canadians have moose and squirrel.
Moose and squirrel. Oh, that's a great reference, great childhood reference. I love that one.
Very
love
nice.
that one.
Very nice. Rocky and Bullwinkle. Indie Tiger Sci-Fi Review says it's 2.25 sheep units to 1 moose unit. I am probably referring to sheep length and moose length.
Yes. So I'm writing a letter to NIST to update the SI unit of sheep unit to have now an equivalency of moose unit. So thank you, Indie Tiger. I will now write a official letter to the NIST. So thank you.
Harold, who's been a member for 14 months, says Xenu lies. Research flat Tigikak.
Is that a French pronunciation too?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to quickly
Google this and
Google that word and Xenu together. The narrative of Xenu is part of the Scientologist teachings about extraterrestrial civilizations and alien interventions in earthly events. There it is.
Wait, so are these aliens from extra territories, like beyond the ice wall, or from different planets for the globe Earth model?
I don't know. Scientology, I think Scientology doesn't deny the Earth being a globe.
Oh, that's interesting, actually. Scientology's views on the shape of the Earth. That's an interesting one.
And, it's not rendering. There it is. So Earth is known as Tegiak in Scientology. There you go. Harold, why do you know so much about Scientology?
I know. I was thinking the same thing. Research flat Tegiak.
Nice. Glover Mom says NASA HR called. She'll get a $1 bonus this month. Awesome.
Listen, they still haven't paid me for fixing the hole in the dome. Okay, so I'm not only writing a letter to the NIST,
you know that whole
also NASA. That
whole net 30 thing is only a suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, those terms are horrible. I mean, I'm more of a net 10 kind of guy, but NASA's like, no, we can't do net 10 terms. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll agree with net 30, but I'm just trying to get payment is impossible. Oh.
Just 30 isn't 30 days; it's years.
Oh, gotcha. What's that equal to in light years? Is that a point or 1 times 10 to the negative 17th light years?
Liquid Flame says, I wonder if this one will get through. Yes, the previous one did too, but he left first. Poor guy. And Ableist says the plural of moose is meese, as in 1 moose, 2 meese. Wait, hold on. I thought meese was plural for mice.
1 meese is 2 meese. Yeah, I thought.
No. You've got right. You've got a mouse, right, and then this would be 4 mice, right, and then this you've got 2 mice and 4 mice. This is just to be clear. You've got 3 mice and 4 mice. This is 2 meese.
Well, what do you call plural computer mouse? Would a plural computer mouse be mouses, or would that be meese or mice?
Mice. Sorry. Yeah. So, but if you have a box of mice and another box of mice and another box of mice, you have 3 meese.
Oh, but now are those live mice or computer mice? Because I think technically the plural for a computer mouse is mouses, to distinguish that between mice tune.
I don't know. We could try it.
I heard it somewhere. It might have been from a flurf, so I'm not sure if they provided evidence for that. But I heard it as a rumor, so I wasn't sure. But that was something.
Jonathan Taylor says I got to use context clues. Terrible at that. Just ask everybody that knows me. Pat the Chat says I'm from Philadelphia and had to smuggle pork roll and scrapple back to Iowa because they don't exist out here.
Pat, you're the man right there. I have an underground pork roll ring where we take requests and orders from all 50 states. It's a little hard to ship to Alaska, but we're looking at expanding internationally. So if you want some pork roll or Taylor ham, let me know and I'll see what I can do. So, sorry, the shameless plug, tune. My apologies.
What's Scrapple?
Oh, Scrapple's what they do down in like Maryland. It's unpleasant. Well, I mean, I've had it once and I was like, oh, this is interesting, but it's nothing like pork roll. So Scrapple is kind of like pieces of innards of animals. I'm not exactly sure what specific animal. I think it's like cow innards. I forget. You can't really taste like the actual animal it's coming from. Like, you know, bacon is obviously, you know, pork and steak is obviously meat. But Scrapple, maybe someone in the chat can chime in and explain to us all what Scrapple is. But me, you know, pork roll is it. Scrapple is
chitlins. Is it chitlins?
Yes, the ingredients of Scrapple are chitlins.
Yeah, chitlins are fried skin, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Scrapple tasted like it had more than just fried skin. I don't know. It was an interesting taste. I mean, I had to try it, but I mean, I don't know. I couldn't get into it. But
both Stringer News 1 and Petermas Prime sent in super chats that one says, "I hate Mises to pieces" from Klondike Cat, and then Petermas Prime says, "Curse these Mises to pieces." A reference I do not recognize. And Cretan Bull says mouse in French is saurus. Saurus? Titicaca.
Titicaca, yes! I can't believe we got Q to say Titicaca. That was brilliant, dude. That was brilliant. I was trying, you know, lakes in Peru, and then you just went out there, and I was like, yes, Tune did it. Tune did it. That was great. That was great.
Indie Tiger Sci-Fi Review says, "Are you pondering what I'm pondering? I think so, Brain. But why would you want to put a monkey in a bikini?" Love that. I've used one of his. I think it's his. Is that from you, Indy? I used in the last time I did it. I used one from somebody said in here. Okay, chitlins are fried hog intestines. What is it when you render lard and then there's bits of meat that didn't go out of didn't melt, and there was those bits? What's that called? I forgot.
Oh, that's a good one. I have no idea. You know, CC from Westchester County talks a lot about cooking, so we can probably learn a lot from CC now. So
Cracklin is what it's called. Thank you for that.
Yes,
Cody,
I've heard about that. Yes,
Cody Lovenschweets. Fun fact: I have 2 half-gallon jars of Cracklin in the fridge.
On purpose, or like, I have leftover Cracklin?
I rendered myself.
Are they in the blue mason jars, or
no, not the blue ones, in the half-gallon ones. Yeah. So here,
gotcha.
All right, here, story time. So we ordered from a farmer. We ordered a quarter, or not a quarter, 3/4 of a cow, I think. So it's in the fridge, in the freezer. And then we ordered a pig. We got a whole pig. We ordered a whole pig. and the farmer, like, is from a friend of a friend, right? Somebody we know, like, they went to college with this person, and so they're like, "Hey, do you want the lard?" I'm like, I don't know. We're like, sure.
What am I going to use lard
so
for?
Here's a box of lard. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you do? Well, you render it. So I look up how to render it. So I spent New Year's weekend, 3 days of New Year's weekend rendering lard, because the guy's like, "Oh, my other customers didn't want the lard. Do you want it?" And my wife's like, "Yep." So we have 45 quarts of lard.
A whole weekend rendering lard, Tune. That sounds like a good time. I'm going to try that.
It was not. It takes forever, and the house smells. The whole house smells, and it doesn't stop smelling when you stop doing it. You enter the house 4 days later, you're like, ooh,
Ooh. Ooh, I remember just rendering lard.
That smell
days ago.
brings up memories. So did I render it in edible? No, I did it at low temperature. So yeah, and I made bread with it.
So wow, you're quite the cooking connoisseur, and you're gonna have a new like Tunes cooking channel, or something. I'm just busted.
So we started watching. We watched some of the British baking show.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, let me try that. So I've done a little baking. I'm not very good at it, but
gotcha.
All right, hold on. Let's see. We've got Liquid Flame says, I don't know about all that, but I like a good poutine. Sounds
poutine.
Canadian. That's Canadian for gravy.
Oh, okay. Well, you exotic food connoisseurs here. I'm impressed by this channel's cooking knowledge. I'm a cooking den, so guys, thank you for teaching me.
I only know what poutine is because there's a burger restaurant in Minneapolis called Burger Jones, and we went there, and you can get poutine on the fries. I'm like, what's poutine? So 14 seconds later on a Google search, and I knew what poutine was.
Oh, gravy.
It's gravy. It's Canadian for gravy. Yeah, Canadian they have a word for bacon, and they have a word for gravy. So let's see. We've got Peter Miss Prime says, can we all just sing the Roger Ramjet song and just act long with each other?
Roger Ramjet song. I think I'm missing something from my childhood.
I hope that's a misspelling. It's Roger Rabbit song. I don't know.
I thought there was like a Ramjet cartoon. I don't know.
Thinking of Rammstein.
Oh, yes, band. My favorite German rock band. Yeah, they have great pyrotechnics. Oh my God, I love Rammstein.
Have you seen them?
Yes, I've seen them on YouTube, but never live in person.
I saw them live.
Oh, did you?
They did a ballad.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love their ballads.
It was my God. So angry. It was the angriest ballad ever.
Oh, epic. I'm learning German by listening to Rammstein. Du hast mich gefragt und ich habe nichts gesagt, ja? Da ist nur aller Spiegel. God, shut up now. Sorry, dude.
Okay. Icy Spin is wondering what Industrial Nerd's occupation is.
Metrology, weight-based automation and controls. So basically inside factories where automation is used to move arms and batch things and quantify things, and metrology as well. So that's my occupation.
And that's how we know he's not a flurf.
Oh, thanks for pointing me out, Toon. I tried so hard today.
I'm getting crap for calling poutine just Canadian gravy. I know. I'm intentionally messing with them. Debos Nation says a poutine is cheese curd on the fries with gravy on top. Very good. So it's a whole thing. It's not.
It's it's complicated. So it's not just simple as gravy. It's like, wait, gravy, but wait, hold on. To make it better, we'll put cheese on it.
It's
cheese curds.
Fries with cheese curds, and of course the cheese curds are deep fried.
Yeah, I thought they're like their own fries, right?
Yeah, it's deep fried cheese curds, because it's not just enough to have cheese curds. They have to be deep fried cheese curds with French fries, but maybe they're Quebecian fries instead of French fries, and then the gravy on top.
Wait. So you eat it like a sandwich? So you have like a French fry?
No, it's a pile.
A fried. It's a pile of mix, and then you fries and cheese curds with gravy.
And your hands are going to be dirty. There's no way around it.
Oh, of course. That's like fork and knife thing. That's like eating a pizza with a fork and a knife. It's just weird.
No, that's weird. Obviously you eat pizza with chopsticks.
Of course.
So King Crew says $5 for your Toonshine. Also, where my book? I owe him a book. Baby's book on gravity.
Oh, that's great. That's brilliant. Oh my God. That is great. So some flirt.
I've already signed it.
Oh my God.
2 years ago. All right, I gotta send it.
That's great.
And I went to Florida last February, and I didn't bring this, and I met him. I could have just handed it to him.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I read that to Dion Smo. He sat there while I read the whole thing.
Oh, wait, was he a Flurf you had on?
Yes, and speaking
I missed that. What episode number was that?
I don't know. That was the first time he was on. So, and speaking of Dion Smo, Dion is my go-to guy for when I'm on vacation. I don't know why, but it's happened a couple times. So on February 15th, which is not a Tunes Day. Tunes Day is February 14th. I will be with the missus on our vacation. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Sorry, people. You're going to have to entertain yourselves on that day. So on the 15th, Wednesday, will be Dion Smo. Oh, and people were wondering, where's Mallory and Bryant? Mallory is still under the weather. So I said, look, let's just wait till Mallory stops hibernating for the winter. Sometime, I don't know, when do Mallory's and Canadian Mallory's stop hibernating? I don't know, March, April, somewhere there. So we'll see.
That's a good one.
So, and then YK Mookhouse is Jessica Rabbit, Belle from Beauty and the Beast, or Betty Boop. Ooh. All right, I'll do a quick poll, but then I got to end because you know what's coming. Did you see what I'm doing?
Oh, June, explain to us. What's next? What's next? We're all excited.
What's next is an invasion. Now, I misspelled the first time I did invasion. Hold on. I gotta do this. I gotta do this first. Jessica Rabbit. Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Hold on. What am I doing? I should copy this. Or Betty Boop. Seriously, Betty Boop. There you go. All right, people, you can vote quick. After this is the invasion. The first time I did an invasion, which is just finding somebody else that has a small live stream, and we all go in there and like give them a thumbs up, and then ask them to come on and talk to me live. Him or her. And so we're doing that. So the first time I did it, I misspelled invasion with a T instead of an S. And I'm like, because I was doing
Invasion,
it quick.
that's French, right? Too.
Yeah,
Invasion?
Definitely.
Or is that German?
It's Italian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Totally.
sense. Yeah.
So anyway, so then I'm like, I'm not changing it. So if you see that thumbnail, it's spelled wrong. Yep, I left it. So
Gotcha.
So, all right. Debos Nation says, I'm a new subscriber. Love your show. Well, thank you very much, Debos Nation. So, all right. I think I caught it up. People, thank you very much. I would like to thank Kevin. I told him he could, mirror this on his channel. I don't know if he will.
I know it. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to do that.
But Kevin, you're welcome to. He was so mad. I tried to not get him too mad. I could have pushed buttons a little more. Got to ride that edge. Anyway, people, thank you very much. I see Industrial Nerd. You just gifted a membership.
Yeah, guys, enjoy Tune.
Sean Carroll grabbed it. Thank you for that. So people, I think the link will show up. And so go find, here's what we'll do. We're going to go find somebody that's live streaming and pop in and ask him to stop doing whatever he's doing and come on here and we'll interview him quick. So that'll be coming up in about a minute, but I gotta take a Riley first.
Potty break, commercial break, all that good stuff.
All right, people, we'll see you later.
Tune, pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you.